What's up, Facebook? John Steele here with Steele San Diego Homes and another episode of Get Real with Real Estate. I think this is episode 8. Today I'm going to be talking about being wary of the agents that are out there who will say anything to get the deal and who only kind of tell you things that they think you want to hear. So basically kind of just not having any sort of backbone, not sticking with what they say, and just kind of going with the flow, and maybe caving into unrealistic demands for sellers and buyers just because they want the deal. And what kind of prompted the idea for this video is we had a listing appointment a week or two ago with the client, and we didn't get the listing, which is okay, because the seller was definitely unrealistic about what the value of her home was worth. But what kind of stood out to me in the listing appointment and what was concerning for me as a real estate agent is some of the things that she said about other agents. So we were interviewing for this listing with the client in a really awesome neighborhood of San Diego, definitely very desirable. So it could have been a great listing. However, she was pretty far off on her perspective as far as the condition of the property. You know, she thought it was like this amazing home, and honestly the home needed a lot of work and was nowhere near what she was claiming it to be. So that was kind of our little hurdle that we were discussing. So in that meeting, we walked through the house, we had done our analysis, and based on what we saw, it needing a lot more work than she had let on, we kind of told her the price that we thought. And it was obviously much lower than what she was saying. But the thing that concerned me is, after we told her the price that we thought this home was worth, she made comments like, oh, well, I talked to this so-and-so agent and they told me like I could get this price. And that price she dropped was like way, way more than the home was, like, honestly more than she wanted to get out of the home, and substantially more than the home was worth, like probably $50,000 plus, like more than this home was worth. And it got me thinking, it's like, as a seller and as a buyer too, but in this particular example, a seller, I really would encourage people to be wary of real estate agents who are just going to tell you anything they can to get that deal. Clearly, like, this agent, by giving her this, pie in the sky number, like, there's literally nothing to back that number up. So, and I think, after she dropped that comment in the sense that, oh, well, this agent told me I could get this, I think she kind of expected us to change our opinion of the price and be like, oh, well, we could try to get that, but like, Melissa and I, we were like, no, like, there's no way in hell that you're gonna get that price, and we don't want to work with you in trying to get that price because it's completely unrealistic, and it's only going to provide you with a terrible experience. Basically, we don't want you to go through the hassle of like getting your house ready for sales, getting ready for showings, like having your house cleaned, having people coming in and out of your house like all the time, only to have all these offers come in way under what you're hoping to get. It's a waste of your time, it's a waste of our time, it's a waste of the buyers and their agents' time. We're in the business of selling homes. I'm not in the business of listing homes and just having open houses for people to walk through and show off. But with that said, like, basically she was saying, oh, well, this agent told me I could get this. And it's one of those things that we kind of hear a lot in real estate is people will tell, like, basically a seller will have this unrealistic price point in mind, and they'll be like, oh yeah, well, this guy told me I could get this. And it's like, what I want you to be careful is that agent basing that off any sort of knowledge or fact or anything, or are they just telling you like, yeah, I'll get that price just so they can get you to sign on the dotted line, get the listing, and then kind of waste everybody's time for a little bit until you finally become realistic on the price, and after a few months, and then it finally sells. Yes, that agent did get the commission at the end of the day and they get the sale, all that stuff, but was like, in the process of that, was it like a painful 4 months that you went through of just like horrible experience? Or do you want an agent who is going to stand by, you know, what they believe in, base their numbers on facts, on tangible things that you can basically look at, and give you a much better experience, sell the home faster, honestly probably sell it for more than someone who's just going to waste your time. And yeah, so I kind of went a little bit of circle there. And I guess I was mostly focusing on the sellers, but as far as the buyer's perspective, it works on that end as well. Be careful of agents who are just trying to tell you anything to just get the deal. Like, you know, maybe something came up on the home inspection, they're like, oh yeah, like don't worry about that, like don't worry about that, like, you know, whatever. Like, if it's truly a concern of yours and it's something that you want to look into, like, look into it. Don't just let someone brush it off, you know, try to sweep things under the rug just so that they can close that deal and move on to the next. You know, buying or selling a home is a huge financial decision in anyone's life. So basically, the long story short, make sure that you're working with someone who can back their talk up. Like, if they come in saying like, hey, your home is worth $500,000, and you go, hey, no, my home's worth $550,000, they're like, okay, your home's worth $550,000, like, what, you know, what's in the gap there? Like, why is this agent just so ready and willing to just bend over and say like, okay, yeah, like, it's worth this much more? Like, they must have done some sort of research, some sort of something to come up with their number. Why are they willing to just so easily flip the switch and jump to a different number? Basically, you want to contrast an agent who operates like that to an agent who, you know, works on the facts, works on the figures, and is going to, has a solid game plan, has a solid marketing approach, and something that they're going to execute on, and they have something to back up all of that stuff with. So I know I kind of talked in a little bit of circles with live, you know, I'm kind of just going for it. So hopefully that was helpful. The root of it is just, you know, make sure that you're working with an agent who isn't just feeding you bullshit just to get the deal. Make sure that they know what they're doing, they have stuff to back it up with, and that they have your best interest in mind and are not just working for that commission check. So hopefully that was helpful. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'd love to answer anything that you have, and yeah, keep an eye out for more Get Real with Real Estate videos to come, and talk to you soon. Later.